Core Power high protein milkshake made with real milk. Take that, muscle milk. Before beginning this video, I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Harold Banks for his assistance in this endeavor. His first-hand knowledge of every inch of this river is unparalleled, and I am lucky to be able to have such a friend with answers to my seemingly endless barrage of questions. For those who don't know, Mr. Banks has traveled the entire Tallapoosa River solo by canoe. His journey was well documented in his journal entries, which can be found online. Now, I've played and fished in the Tallapoosa River all my life, but I've never known the history that this river holds until I learned it from him. A 25-mile section, including Horseshoe Bend, has been dedicated the Harold Banks Canoe Trail, and information can be found on Alabama Cooperative Extension System's website. I invite anyone who enjoys paddling to visit this historical and beautiful river. Now, on to the video. You know, people ask me all the time. They say, Mike, how is it you can catch so many fish? How is it? No matter if you're in salt water or fresh water, you seem to catch more fish than anybody around you. And to them, I say, I like to get in what I call the fish slaying mode. Now, when I get in this fish slaying mode, I got moves that a great white shark would just be itching to have. Fish slaying mode. By God. It was June 2017, and I was looking to do a little soul searching. So I packed up the kayak and headed to Tallassee in the Tallapoosa River. Leaving on one of these multi-day trips, one can't help but to feel a little excitement, a little exhilaration, and maybe even a little trepidation about what lies ahead. I knew when I shoved off that it was very possible, and mostly probable, that I wouldn't see another human being until I met up with my brother at the pickup point in Fort Toulouse. And man, I was up for the challenge. What's up, guys? Mike D, Tallapoosa Angler here with a 3-day, 2-night Tallapoosa River solo kayaking adventure. It's a trip I've been trying to take for quite a while now. Always had a conflict with a work schedule or family things going on, or always had something going on, so I finally said I was going to bite the bullet, take the off days, and go whether rain or shine. Didn't matter. I was going to go. So, a few days back, I was on a 2-day deep sea fishing trip. We took off out of Orange Beach, got back into town late Tuesday, got a little bit of sleep Tuesday night, went to work Wednesday, worked all night, got off this morning after a pretty tough shift in the ER, loaded up the boat, threw my stuff together, got on the truck, came on down here and got in the water. I got to make 20 miles today. I think I can do it. So anyway, dog tired, but hey, it's going to be an adventure, right? Come on along. There's the first alligator right there. Hope that's the only one we see. It's pretty neat when you come past where the Up Happy Creek pours into the Tallapoosa River. The Up Happy Creek comes in with a stained color, and warm water, where the Tallapoosa River is real cool, cold water. So as I was paddling down, I literally had stained water on the left side of the kayak, clearer water on the right side of the kayak, and it was cold with my right hand and warmer with my left hand. When I'm out here on these trips, one thing I like to do is notice weird things or things just kind of out of place and wonder, you know, what's up with that? What's the story behind that? How did that get there? So check this out right here. It's an old car. I wonder what the story is behind that. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. No, it is not snowing. There's definitely a cottonwood tree somewhere close by. Survival food. That's how we do it. Just came up under 229 bridge at about 1:30, and hadn't been really paddling hard, kind of drifting along, paddling a little bit. So that's about 8 miles or so. I probably need to pick it up a little bit. Need to get at least 12 to 15 more miles before I start looking for some place to settle in. So let me start paddling a little more. I don't know, it's pretty nice just kicking back, just kind of drifting along, you know. It's nice out here. I like it. It's 4 o'clock. Winding down. Starting to feel it now. By the time I finally found a place to pull over for the night, it was getting late. I had to do some pretty deep stealth camping, so I was unable to do any filming. I quickly camouflaged my kayak in the weeds, strung up the hammock, and I let the singing coyotes lull me to sleep. One coyote did sing particularly close during the night, as the tracks in the morning would prove. thing I love better than anything else when I'm out here on this kayak is catching fish. Ooh. Got to stop for a minute, stretch it out. I haven't eaten any breakfast yet, so this is what's for breakfast. Let's get this thing cooking. Alright, we got chicken noodles, vegetables and sauce, pepper sauce, gotta have that, the raisin mix, our bread, peanut butter, coffee, and our lemon lime drink. Heating bag, and get it heated up. You take your MRE out of the box, put it in the bag, slide it on top of your heating element, fill it to these lines with water, and let it start cooking. Fold the top back over it, put it back in your box with the heater on the bottom. Just like that. And you hold it for about a minute till you feel it starting to get warm. Then you want to prop it up after you feel it start getting warm. It won't be nobody bothering you. Alright, it's already starting to get warm. A word of advice, don't ever try to open these things up with your teeth. They're made with an aluminum type foil and they will slice you wide open. Just after a few minutes, you take your MRE out of the bag and it is piping hot. You need it to get it all uniformly hot. It's very hot. Very hot. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Wow, pretty good. Really good. And we're back rolling. Not too much further to 231 Bridge. Highway 231 Bridge.
Highway 231 bridge in Wetumpka, outside Wetumpka, Alabama. It's not even 10 o'clock a.m. yet. Making killer time, killer time. For sale. For sale. Waterfront. Are you sure? As anybody who kayaks on multi-day trips carrying a cooler can tell you, that ice can be a premium. And while Yeti coolers and those type coolers can hold ice a good bit longer, they are very, very expensive. So one of the tips that I use in a regular cooler to make my ice last longer is I freeze about half the waters I take with me. That way, when it's frozen, not only does it keep your water bottle cold itself, but it also helps to keep everything else in the cooler cold. And the ice in the water bottle will last a lot longer than the ice that's free floating in your cooler. So when your ice begins to melt in your cooler, you still got ice cold water. Another trick I'll do is in the morning, I'll take a couple of bottles out that are frozen, set them in the kayak, let them start melting, and that's the 2 bottles that I'll drink first as I'm traveling that day. That keeps you from reaching into the cooler over and over and over again. The more you open that lid, the quicker you're going to make your ice melt. Come on, little buddy. Why isn't a butterfly called a flutterby? There's nothing butter about them. They're not a fly. But when they fly past you, they flutter by. It ought to be flutterby, not butterfly. Oh yeah, sure, I sure do. So she's got 3 little braids to make her look cute. And what else? And a ponytail with curls in it, okay. Well, that's a pretty name. You did really well. Very good. Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. Eight hours yesterday, 6 hours today. Made it 50 plus miles, Tallassee to Fort Toulouse in a day and a half. Stopped one time for about 30 minutes to eat a little brunch today, and that was it. That wasn't steady paddling, but it was a whole lot of paddling. The rescue crew has arrived. And to them I say, I like to get in what I call day 2. Another trick that I'll do is in the mornings when I go for that day's paddling, I'll go ahead. Another trick that I do when I take off in the morning for another tip, and take 5.